Pretty soon, I have a goal, you guys. One of these days, I'm gonna go live. I'm gonna go live. For real, I'm gonna go live. So, alright. I want to say, Chasing Truth, I hope that you come across my video someday. You're doing a lot bigger and better things than a lot of us. I'm very, very new, you guys. I've mentioned that before. No, I don't know what I'm doing. Do I want to be heard? Yes. Do I have opinions? Yes. Do I want to speculate? A little bit. A little bit. Because this Summer Wells case is just bizarre. Okay, but I honestly think that Chasing Truth, if you hear this, or somebody can go back and let her know, because I'm watching her, I'm watching Chris McDowell, I'm watching, I was watching Molly until she decided that she didn't want to do it no more on the Summer Wells case. I think she's amazing too. Because everybody putting their heads together, one of us is going to come up with something, right? And see, in my head, I've been saying that yes, I think that they've been telling the truth, and that's why they're passing the polygraph test. Don keeps on saying that he was there before the cops. In his Chris interview, he said that he showed up about 5:30 p.m. And I'm only going based on some of the opinion, the crazy opinion that Chasing Truth has, because I'm with you, girl. He said that he showed up at 5:30. Summer was not reported missing until 6:30-ish. Okay, that's a whole hour. And then it takes him however long to get back to the house after the call that Summer's gone, right? The red truck, barrels in the back, ladders, construction, work. Sounds freaking logical to me. I think that you're right. I think that Dawn probably borrowed somebody's car or one of the neighbor's cars or something. Don't know why, because I think the whole thing is a setup. Why? No amount of money, no amount of drugs, and no amount of fame is worth the life or well-being, livelihood, any of the above of your baby. Excuse me, I'm spitting because I'm getting a little worked up here. Nothing. So why? My whole thing is why. You know what I mean? That's, I think, everybody's question right now. Why was she taken? Why was she abducted? Why her? Why at that time? Around dinner time, in the evening, the sun is still up, grandma's outside, mom's outside, the boys are up and running around, whatever, because don't nobody really know what they was really doing. One person said, oh, they was at the swim hole. No, they weren't. One person says, oh, they went to work with Dawn. No, they didn't. One person says, oh, they stayed home to clean. What is it? You know what I mean? So who came up and took that little girl with all these people around? And all those dogs that did not bark or alert. Okay, my dogs are friendly too. My dogs are friendly as heck. But do they bark? If somebody knocks? Yep. FedEx delivery? Yep. I can't even play rough with my kid. My kid could be running around laughing and stuff, and my dog thinks that I'm hurting my child. And she gets really protective, you know what I mean? They bark at me when I pull up because they're excited. You know, they're not abused. They're very happy animals. So they're constantly very vocal. But now let's just say that somebody was trying to be hella sneaky, because I've done it. I've snuck up in my own house and walked into my house and my dogs didn't notice. But my dogs, I'm sure that they heard my car, but I was being so quiet. So they were just real calm. You know, if you come in to the house, oh, hey, puppies, you know, they're going to get all excited. But you come in and you're like, leave me alone. Usually they're chill, you know. So you're onto something here. The red truck, he says that he made it to the house at 5:30. The cops didn't show up until maybe roughly around 7-ish, because if the cops are called around 6:30 and it takes them, let's just say 20-30 minutes to get there, right? So let's say the cops get there about 7 and he's saying he got there at 5:30 and then he didn't get there until First it was before the cops, and then it's after the cops. But the cops are saying that they had to check who he was before allowing him on the property. Of course, you have a missing child. Can't just let any random ass person come up in there, right? So all the lies, the essays, all his essays, you know what I mean? The stepsister, the other sister, I don't know if they're both stepsisters. Either way, that's foul. It's wrong. It's abuse. So he's hecka sketchy as it is. He's a manipulator. He's a pathological liar. He's a forgery person. So he's good at telling stories. He's good at making things go the way that he wants them to go. Dude, so yeah, I really do believe that he did show up at 5:30 before the police did get there. And Grandma and Candace was probably outside doing whatever. Candace was probably smoking weed or whatever. They don't want us to know. Who cares? It's legal. Okay? I'm gonna say like this because I know the CPS ain't gonna show up at my house. However, if they did, fine. Don't really care. I have nothing to hide. Marijuana here, well, I don't know about where everybody else is at, but marijuana is legal. Okay, I smoke marijuana. Do I do it around my baby? No, never. Do I do it in front of her? No, never. Will I keep it down to where she can reach it or get a hold of it? No, never. You know, but they're making it seem like, oh, well, she tested positive for marijuana. Who cares? Marijuana is not going to impair. She is, 39 years old or something like that, okay? She's a heavier woman, you know? And so it's not, she's been around the block, like Chris said, a few weekends now. You know what I mean? So she smokes a little bit of pot or whatever, some marijuana. She is not going to be mentally impaired to where she cannot keep an eye on her child or physically or mentally, emotionally, whatever, care for her child. Period. It just doesn't work like that. You know what I mean? So for Dawn to try and put all this on Candace now, one, that's wrong. Okay? Dawn, you're the abuser here. Candace is obviously the victim. So now I'm trying to go back because, man, it was so hard. Who's telling what's true, what's not, right? And my opinion keeps changing. So everything that I say here, it could change from today to the next hour to tomorrow morning to whatever, you know what I mean? Rosie. Look at that cat. Rosie, get out of there. Come on, get out of there. Come on. Okay, so it's just, he's trying to throw her under the bus, take the heat off of himself. Okay, fine. We get it. But I do believe that he came to the house at 5:30 before the police got there. And what happened after that? What happened is that when he called Candace earlier that day to tell Candace what time she gonna be home, because I'm sure that if she says, oh, I'm gonna be here at this time, damn it, she's gonna be there at that time. Because if Dawn shows up around that time and she's not, I mean, who knows what Candace's consequences would be. Right? That's how I'm looking at this whole scenario right now. Who knows? Right? They have consequences and whatever else because he's obviously an abuser. He's controlling. He's an abuser. So we're just going to run with that right now. Okay? So he probably showed up, or no, Candace told him what time they was going to be home. And then that's when, just like Chasing Truth said, that's when Dawn was probably parked down at that dog trail that everybody said that the scent of summer ended at that dog trail. Okay, so let's just say that I'm gonna sit down and smoke. Okay, let's just say that this is the way that it went down. Is that Dawn came home about 5:30 because that's about the time that Candace said, you know, by the time we run our errands or whatever, be home about 5:30. Cool. So Dawn was probably sitting there waiting but my thing is who's seen the red truck to begin with? Because Candace wouldn't know nothing about the red truck if it was somebody that Dawn was working with. Who's seen the red truck? That's my question. Does anybody know who actually seen the red truck? Because if we can't verify the red truck, I mean, there's a red truck about a minute behind where they live. Ugh. I popped the blackhead and never mind. So, the guy in the back behind them has a red truck. Almost identical to the one that they're talking about. Had buckets and ladders and whatever else in the back. So, but there could be another red truck, but nobody knows about the red truck. Is it a work truck that somebody was letting Don use? Maybe he said, oh, well, you know, I need to go and run somewhere or pick something up, or I forgot a tool or whatever. I don't want to put it in the new car. So ask them, can I use yours? Oh, let me leave my phone sitting here. Like she said, like Chase and True says, so that, you know, ping, 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 where is it at? It's at his job. Because, oh, Don was at work. And then the dogs aren't going to bark because they know Don. And he looks like a mean piece of shit, you know. I'm sorry. I hate to be so judgmental and so opinionated about any of these people. But he looks like a fucking dirtbag. You know what I mean? And so I feel like if those dogs bark at him or get too excited when he gets home or something, who knows how he treats those dogs? Kicks them, punches them, whatever. You know what I mean? They seem really timid. You know what I mean? In a way. In a sense, they seem really timid. They didn't seem... They're wagging their tail because, oh my God, there's a stranger, somebody new, blah, blah, blah. But they just they don't put off the energy of a happy dog. I have dogs. I will show you guys my dogs in my next video when I get home. Because I have dogs. And my dogs are happy. They're not abused in any way, shape, or form. They're like my kids, you know. So, I don't know. I think that she's onto something, though. Because dogs aren't going to bark at dawn. Period. They're not going to bark at dawn. They're not going to alert anybody if it was dawn. Period. Maybe Candace doesn't know. Or maybe she knows that Dawn... No, I think that you guys, you know, maybe Dawn did set this whole thing up. For what, though? My question is why? Why is this little girl still missing? You know, like, that's my thing. Is why... Now, I'm a very spiritual person, you guys, and I've been dreaming, and I've been having bad dreams, and every night now, I fall asleep, and I'm having really bad dreams. And I feel like it's related to summer, and I'm falling asleep, and I feel like I can't breathe, like somebody's suffocating me. So I don't know if that has anything to do with summer. I want to believe that she's alive. I want to believe that somebody is caring for this girl so that they can keep her out of the spotlight. No, I just don't think that that would be the case. Because somebody would get tired of raising somebody else's kid unless, you know what I mean? And then if they got found out, then it could turn around as kidnapping and all this other stuff. So I honestly don't believe that somebody's taking care of this little girl. Not at all. I do think that it's very weird that 89 acres surrounding the area that they live in are all basically Lane family. The last name Lane. Sound familiar to anybody? Robin Lane? I know she was married into the Lanes, but there's a lot of family. And apparently a couple weeks before Summer went missing, a Lane bought a house up there. Did they move into it? Is it abandoned? I don't know. Anybody heard any more updates on Juanita with the dog heads and that abandoned house? I mean, it feels like people are finding things and then it just goes, whoops. Like, I want to know what's going on so that my brain isn't just sitting here trying to explode because we're so confused on what the fuck is going on. Excuse my language, but man, it really bothers me. Because I look at that like, what if that was my baby? You know what I mean? I would never let nobody take my baby, though, but... I mean, I just don't know, you guys. I think I'm gonna... I think that I should continue watching a little bit more interviews. I need to separate everything, all these interviews and the statements that people are making, one by one by one by one. You know, anything that Candace has came out and said, or statements that she's made, any interviews that she's done, I just need to sit down and, you know, dissect it. I really need to sit down and dissect it. I need to dissect all of Dawn's stuff. I need to dissect all of Robin Lane's things. I need to dissect, you know, David Radar, Chris McDowell. Just start dissecting things because, I mean, we're on day 49, you guys. Day 49 and this baby is just gone. I just don't see. I don't see this. I don't think that it's right. Something's wrong. Something's entirely wrong here. And here's my other thing, too. See, and this is why I just can't, just like the police, I can't roll anybody out because, okay, let's just say this, let's just use this, okay? What if, now here's where my mind is going to, what if, there's another scenario, not saying it happened, not saying it didn't happen, not, you know what I mean? But let's just say that they're at the water hole, and they're swimming, and something did happen there. Because in that video, her last video in the truck, I feel like this part of her eyelid was a little bit purple, but over her right eyebrow, I feel like there's like a bruise here in this area right here. I felt like I seen a bruise there. Now, so what if something happened to Summer at the swim hole and H tried to save her, you know, and they thought that what they did would be good enough, whatever, and her head started hurting, whatever, and maybe she suffered from a concussion that should have probably been treated, you know, and let's just say that. And let's just say that she was still partially alive, okay? Allegedly. Right, this is all allegations, you know what I mean? Let's just say something happened. She was in and out of consciousness. And that's why H, as a big brother, cannot remember, one, where Summer was sitting in the car when he got out. Two, if Summer was asleep, awake, or alive when he got out of the vehicle. He don't remember. Okay, so let's just say something happened. So they start doing all these things to create alibis. Okay. The milk that she has Summer laying on, she said that they had went to the grocery store to get the milk. And they're probably in the store for a good minute, whatever. You know what I mean? Is that all they got was milk? That's my question. Did they already verify that they were at that store? Because my thing is like the grocery store, well, I guess priceless or something like that. I guess they could coincidentally sell the same brand milk as Walgreens. But that brand of milk is at Walgreens. She said that she put Summer back in that tracksuit, her school outfit, you know. She put her back in there because she was getting cold. There's no AC. I don't know why that's relevant. There's no AC in the vehicle. Windows are down. She was complaining she was cold. So why would you put a little baby who's cold up against cold-ass milk? And the positioning of the milk to her body, her head is laying in the indent of the milk where the handle is. Okay, her head is laying in the indent, and then her arm is up under her like this, and then down. However it is, you know what I mean? I can't really position myself. Alright, so her arm is like tucked in between the milk standing up and the milk laying down. Now, what if they're using that? And to me, it looked like that little arm was a little bit swollen. The hand was a little bit swollen, along with the bruise on her head. Now, what if they're using the milk as an ice pack? Freaked out, called Dawn, come get her. I don't want to go to jail. I don't want to be accused of murdering her, whatever the case may be. And Dawn does show up again at 5:30 to come get Summer and take care of the problem. Tell Candace clean up her act, call the cops. Because I honestly believe that Dawn, some way or another, 100% is involved with this whole thing. Sorry. If he wasn't, all those people around him would have already been beat up because he would have beat the crap out of them until they told him everything. He's not one that you're going to lie to or keep anything from. I get that vibe from him. I can see it in his face. I can hear it in his voice. So, there is that scenario too. You know, that they're trying to cover it up. But I just I don't know. My first mind is a staged kidnapping. And that's really where my mind keeps going to. Is that whoever's involved in this, and one of those parents is involved. And I want to put the bingo card, like Chris, I want to put the bingo card on the one. You know. We're not going to name names, though, because that's not what we're here for. Not my job. I'm not the investigator. I'm not a police. I'm not, you know what I mean? Nothing like that. So, I can't play the blame game, but I do want to put a bingo card out there. I believe that more or less at least one person is involved with this, if not both. Period. Like, I don't think Grandma Candace had nothing to do with it, but I do think that she knows a little bit more than what we think that she does. And that's why she didn't want to talk, because loose lips slip. So she probably better off for her that coincidentally, allegedly, her sister's husband. And I don't think that they're lying about that, you know, but I just feel like it's a very big coincidence that it happened when it happened. Unless Grandma told her sister about what happened to little Summer. And the husband probably couldn't handle what was being said and put him into a full-blown heart attack. Because that's what anxiety will do, that to you. You know. Loose lips slip. Somebody's going to crack. Hopefully with these boys being separated now in the system, I'm hoping and praying that one of them seen or heard or felt something going on, whether it be around the time of Summer's disappearance, before, or whatever the case is. I'm hoping that these boys are brave enough to speak up, knowing that they're no longer in the control of their parents. They have nothing to be afraid of anymore. And that's their little sister, bro. Those poor little boys, that's their little sister, you know what I mean? So if they know anything. And it brings me back to the JonBenét Ramsey case, because what about Bert? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I still, to this day, I don't know if Burke had anything to do with this or if he knows more than what he's saying, like about the JonBenét. But, I mean, could you imagine being so young and losing one of your siblings like this? Could you just imagine? And you gotta go to school and then people are gonna be talking about it, and I'm trying not to cry right now, you guys, because my heart goes out to them. They are all kids. They are all babies. You know, and could you imagine? And then she was supposed to be starting school this week. All the friends that she's not going to get to make, all the crafts that she's not going to get to do, all the books that she's not going to get to learn to read. Dude, I'm trying not to cry, you guys, because this shit touches my heart for real. For real, because no little baby deserves this, dude. We need to find her. I shouldn't even be crying because these are the things that I do. I watch stuff like this all the time. And I'm not gonna lie, the last time that a case that I was following hard, and I'm sure that there's a lot of people that were following the same case, but the only case that really ever made me break down was George Floyd. And it wasn't even what they did to that man. It was the fact that that baby was sitting there watching that man die. It takes all their innocence away. It takes all their purity. It takes all of their imagination. You know? Oh, God. Okay, I'm not gonna be able to do any more of this video. But I'm telling you guys, yeah. We just need to bring Summer home. That's the bottom line. That's what this boils down to. Because that poor baby, she will never experience anything in her life again. She'll never feel what it's like to menstruate. Shopping for her first bra. Taking her first spelling test. Learning how to spell words. Learning how to read her books. They took her hair, you know. No school activities, no crazy hair day. No learning all of the new songs. Learning about her country. She never will get to experience any of it. Any of it. She never got to see outside of that home. You know? Like, besides her parents taking her out to places and stuff. But could you imagine? And none of these parents out there, these parents are not even showing any type of emotion on anything that their baby's not going to get to do or feel or smell or touch ever again. Y'all brought her into this world. If you didn't want to care for her, how come you didn't just let somebody take her and care for her? There's just no excuse. There's no turning back now. Nope. Y'all should have came clean, and y'all should have did the right thing from the get. Because there ain't no turning back, and there ain't nothing left for you guys. And if
if one or both of these parents are involved, or one knows something and just covering for the other one or whatever, I hope they both get the book slammed down on that judge's damn table. No kidding. If they did something bad to that little girl, they don't even deserve to breathe anymore. But that's not our decision. We are not God. We are not here to say who can or cannot survive or live on these earths, on these grounds, you know. That's for God to make that call on that judgment day, you know, and that's just how that goes. I'm gonna smoke me another cigarette before I go back over here because it got me crying, you guys. Yeah, you got no paper towels or nothing, but it's alright. It's alright. Usually I wouldn't cry because this is what I do. This is where my heart is. You know what I mean? Being very open-minded, trying to think about every scenario and every creak and cranny that is going on here. The time frames are all fucked. Everybody's stories are all fucked. This whole situation is fucked. You know what I mean? Like, and you got the whole world watching, you know? Like, trying to figure this out. And I said I wasn't gonna play the blame game, you know what I mean? Because that's not my job. It's not my job. I don't know. I'm not there. I don't know this family. Sorry, you guys. I don't know this family, you know, so I can't blame or judge anybody, but it's just the whole situation. None of it makes any sense. If it made more sense, it would be different. You know what I mean? But everybody has already rolled out an abductor. There's just no way. I don't care. They're making it seem like there was because, oh, look at how easy it was to get here. Nobody abducted that kid. You would have to know the area. You would have to know where she lived. You would have had to been watching her. Not been caught watching her. I mean, the whole shenanigans. And you had many, many opportunities to take that little baby before she got back to that house. They weren't watching her when she was swimming. I mean, right there you had opportunity. You know what I mean? Like, why would you take her from her home instead of doing it somewhere unfamiliar to the child or the whole situation, right? I don't know. I'm not a kidnapper, so I can't use my mind frame to think how a kidnapper would think because I am not that person. I just like this whole case has got me so boggled because I'm not a kidnapper. I'm not a manipulator. I am not a murderer. I don't assault people. I don't have any domestic violence charges. I have never had CPS or anything, doctors, anything, tell me that I'm not doing a good job or that I need to do better or whatever the case may be. I've never dealt with any of that, so I can't put myself in that situation because I've never been in it. That's just how it is, you know. I take really good care of my kid. I do my best, you know. There's just something wrong here. Something wrong with this whole story. What if there was an abductor? It's not a random abductor, right? It's gonna be somebody that they know. Period. It's a setup. I think this whole thing is a setup. I said that I wasn't going to point fingers and blame. I'm still not using any names, so whatever. You know what I mean? But I still feel like this whole thing is a setup. It's a stage. It's staged. This whole thing. And that's what breaks my heart even more. It makes me want to cry again. Because in my heart, I feel like this is a staged kidnapping because they were behind on bills. They knew CPS was coming in. Their house is rugged. You can't even walk up the stairs. They ain't got no stairs. They have some handmade stairs, cinder blocks and stuff, stepping stones stacked up. That's hella dangerous. The stairs going down to poor Summer's dungeon, called the dungeon, with Girls Gone Wild going on in the background. You know what I mean? Real appropriate for a 5-year-old to be subjected to. You know what I mean? Wow, like shit like that. No car seat. She wasn't even in a car seat. She wasn't buckled up correctly. Hunter, am I allowed to say his name? Excuse me, I didn't say that. Okay, I didn't say that name. So H, he's already admitted, and Allie's already admitted, and Candace is the only one denying it. Of course, she got to protect herself, but they've already admitted that she gave him that twisted tea, bought him those vapes, nicotine and THC infused, both kind, right? Is that not contributing to a minor? Is that not child endangerment? Is that not neglect? All in the same token, especially since your 5-year-old little daughter was sitting there watching you do the whole thing, watching you give him all this stuff, thinking that it's appropriate. Did Summer drink the iced tea, you guys? You know what I mean? And then go swimming or something. She was so thirsty because, of course, they didn't stop to feed her. They didn't stop and get her nothing to drink or to snack. Just went from point A to point B to point C, which would be the water hole. Well, point D would be the water hole because you drop Grandma off, go to Allie's house, change Summer into a swimsuit or whatever, but you had no plans of going swimming because originally you were going to go fishing with no fishing rods, no tackle box, no nothing, because you had no plans to do so. Your whole plan was to take the mom to the fucking doctors. But you coincidentally had a swimsuit for Summer in Grandma's truck. Not even in your guys' car, in Grandma's truck. So coincidentally, you had a swimsuit. So you change her into the swimsuit. Grandma calls, hey, I'm ready to be picked up. Y'all go pick her up from the hospital. Go straight over to Warrior. Nope, you could stop at the Walgreens for the prescription and go over to Warriors so that y'all could go swimming or whatever. But none of those... Say that you guys stopped for food, you guys didn't stop and get nothing to drink, you guys ain't did none of that for that little baby, you know what I mean? So it's hot, she's probably tired, running around, doing all these out of the blue chores, I guess you could say. Can't even do chores at your house, but here you are doing all of these extra chores, being a good mom, you know what I mean? Like, whatever. And, but no food, no water, no snacks, no nothing. So, what if Summer drank some of that twisted tea, not knowing what it was? It's a bright yellow can, you know what I mean? She sees the other boy drinking it. She knows he's a kid, too. He's only 15 years old. He's a kid. Sees him drinking it. Oh, well, it must be okay. So, she drinks it and gets in the water and stuff. And you know what happens when you aren't all there and you're a little drunk at 5 years old? You know what I mean? So, what if it was alcohol poisoning? What if she did have a minor drowning and then had a dry drowning later on because she got drunk on accident? And then Candace freaks out. I don't know what's going on with her. I don't know what's wrong with her. I don't know what's wrong with her. So she gonna call Dawn on her little burner phone. Because you got to remember, there's 2 phones involved here. Because she was saying that she couldn't call Dawn. She called Dawn from her phone on Facebook Messenger because she had to use the satellite internet or whatever to get a hold of him because her phone didn't dial out. So she can't call 911 from her phone. She had to use Grandma's phone. However, while they're out and about during that day, before they got to the swim hole or whatever, H heard Dawn call Candace to find out what time she's going to be home, or that there's somebody stalking and touching the kids, whatever the case may be right there. Okay, so there's the phone call. So did he call Grandma Candace's phone? Because Grandma Candace had to stop and get a refill card for her phone because her phone was out of minutes. And that's why she was sitting in the car before she actually got out and got down to the water with everybody else, because she was putting money on her phone. And how did Grandma Candace, if her knee was so bummed out, how did she even walk down to the water? By herself, mind you, because Candace said that she helped her down to the water. Right after they got there, everybody jumped out the car and went down to the water. But the story is that Grandma was in the truck still, reloading her phone. And where did she get a phone to talk to Dawn? Bro, this is what I'm talking about. It's not making sense. The time doesn't make sense. The stories don't make sense. The activities don't make sense. The whole situation makes no sense. Yo, I might just... hold on. You see, this is not blue skies. That's mountains back there. Hold on. Oh, you can't zoom in? It's heck of smoky. There's bad colors around here. So I'm gonna go grab my other cup and I'll be done. I already did my little house chores. Oh, for my job. My back hurts. I've been working like a dog all day. I wish I could just stay home because people would say, oh, you need to get better at your videos. Well, if I had just got to stay home all the time, I'd be better at my videos because I had nothing but time on my hands, you know me? And I don't know how everybody be getting their viewers and their subscribers and all that to be getting on their lives and stuff, because I would like to do lives. I would totally do lives like almost every day, even if I'm at work. I mean, who wouldn't want to see such a beautiful, beautiful atmosphere while talking to people? Because, you know, most people who get up on YouTube, they got the back screen or they got the walls behind them. They're in their house. They're out on their patio. Me, I've got ample amount of flowers and I work by myself. This is all me, guys. I could do a little walk around real quick. You guys like? I don't know who's really into nature and greenery. Anyway. Hold on. So what happens when you cry? When you get to crying and you not it. You ain't got no tails or nothing. Hey, Lucy. Hey, Lucy. These are not my animals, but watch this. Hold on. Oh. Lucy, you got up there. Hold on. Who's this? Tilly? Tilly? And Miss Rosie? And there's Miss Rosie. What was that little squeak? Look at this fat cat. Huh, Tilly, she's a good kitty. Yeah. They all love me here. Where's Lucy? What are you doing, Lucy? Huh? What meows? What meows? She's a little timid. She's a little timid. Oh, Lucy. That's Lucy. My
boss is a cat freak. Oh, more cats. I'm gonna do all four for you. Oh, and more cats. And more cats. More cats. And then we come outside. Come outside and we got more cats. Where he is. Whitey. Whitey. He's over there asleep. Yeah, I'm calling it, guys. I usually would stay a little bit longer, but not only is it hot, but it's so dang smoky out here, it's not good. And I don't want to sit and breathe any more of it in. Takes all your energy out, you know, and I really want to go to the bank anyway. I just want to show you guys some more stuff. So yeah, I don't know. My tables keep turning on this case. My tables keep turning. I just don't know, you guys. I don't know. I just don't know. My opinions keep changing. My tables keep turning. And that's because we just keep getting more information. But I'm telling you already, just like Chris McDowell, I have already... Is that his name? Chris McDowell? Dowell? My mind is open on the whole thing. My opinions keep changing around, yes, but I do not believe that this little girl was abducted. I do not, I don't believe that both those parents are innocent. I think somebody knows something. And somebody's gonna crack eventually. I guess I can see all. Let's see how this works out. We gonna see how this works out. I bet you my phone is gonna drop. Yeah. I used to have a little monkey that would keep my phone like a phone mount. It used to be a little monkey, but it got too hot. Fell off. It was open. And then I got this other mount. It was supposed to be really good. And it says that you just put the sticker thingy on the mount or on the car or whatever, and it don't stick. So there's alright, guys. I'm gonna drive. Yeah, I've been almost leaving. I gotta go down the way real quick. My seatbelt because I don't want to sit in here in my car. Bing, 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 bing. Bing, 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 bing. Bing, 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 bing. I don't know. Sorry, you guys. As I'm driving out, I always seem to. Oh, dang it. Bosses is down here, so I might have to cut this video short. I guess it's already kind of long anyway. Dang, I've been talking for almost an hour. So yeah,
I'm gonna go ahead and get off here so I can upload this video. And then maybe we'll do some more talking when I get home. I mean, I put up these videos because my kid is hecka funny, so if you guys ever want to see her and her hilariousness, just let me know. Alright, gotta go. My boss is out here, and I'm gonna call him off. So, bye guys. See you in a little while.